more Americans support giving immigrants in the country illegally a pathway to citizenship compared to last June.
Soon it will affect everyone. What does reasonable suspicion mean?
A federal judge blocked his attempt to end birthright citizenship. DHS have allegedly detained at least 2 legal residents at Alligator Alcatraz.
I want to hop into a CNN panel discussing how rapidly U.S. views on immigration have changed just under the Trump administration, with many being uncomfortable with the inhumanity that they are carrying out these mass deportations with. So if you can, leave us a like on the video. It lets us know you enjoy the content. It gets us out there in the algorithm, and let's see what context we can add.
As the crackdown for Jazan support appears to be waning, just a quick recap of this week for you. A federal judge blocked his attempt to end birthright citizenship. DHS have allegedly detained at least 2 legal residents at Alligator Alcatraz. Senate Democrats released new documents that back up allegations that a DOJ official intended to ignore court orders on deportations. And a new Gallup poll found 8 in 10 Americans believe immigration is a good thing. That's the most support that there's been in 25 years. Now, just last summer, that same Gallup poll found 55% of Americans wanted to decrease the number of immigrants coming into the country. Now, today, that number is 30%. And now, even more Americans support giving immigrants in the country illegally a pathway to citizenship compared to last June.
I think the answer is a lot more simple than people try to make it. Most voters aren't as informed as they should be. That's just the facts. And they were faced in this election with 2 choices when it comes to immigration. One, pretending that immigrants were these criminals coming to harm you and poison the blood of our country, steal your job, take all your tax money and put it on a card and spend it on hotels or food or whatever. And the other never really articulated a position, and if anything, maybe gave way to some of those lies, but they did warn you what those people would do if they got in power to the guys that they're talking about. And now people are seeing due process actually get ignored. People actually get sent to countries that they're not even from without breaking any laws. They're realizing who it was that was lying to them, and that maybe that the people this is happening to are a lot more like them than the rich people selling them lies and acting like a dictator.
Joe Rogan, for one, saying, I didn't vote for this. We're hearing people say, I didn't vote for this, but that's because it's affecting home. So I'm in California a couple of weeks ago, and a good friend of mine is saying that she is at the park and she is watching how these nannies are feeling as they are actually babysitting, caring for people's children, and they're concerned and they're scared, and whether they hear the boogeyman of ICE coming and they're just leaving the park with the kids in tow because they're afraid for their lives. So this is starting to affect these families, these upper class families in a lot of ways, and they're seeing how it makes it very scary. But here's what I don't think we're even talking about. Like, I'm reading today, and the Border Czar says, quite simply, all they need is reasonable cause.
I think we have that soundbite.
Okay.
Do we have it? If we have it, let's play it.
People need to understand, ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just need the totality of the circumstances, right? They just got through the observation, you know, get articulable facts based on the location, the occupation, their physical appearance.
He's literally saying racial profiling is enough. Like, that is legitimately what he said verbatim, that if ICE looks at you and you look Hispanic, you look foreign enough, or if you sound foreign enough, you deserve to be detained. Where we've showed multiple people who have been detained for months. We've showed deadliest year in ICE history. Why should we just be grabbing people up because they look foreign? Is it too much to ask for it to like go back to when people couldn't say things like this, when people couldn't pretend that racial profiling is asked, like what is it? Reasonable suspicion or whatever isn't enough anymore? Is that not the standard? It's actual insanity that we're here. It's easy when you're deporting those with a record, right? Like, then you can make the sell like we're getting rid of the criminals, and it's not very relatable. But when it becomes children, when it becomes mothers, when it becomes the elderly, workers with no criminal history, people start seeing themselves in these people, and the empathy allows them to understand then how morally wrong this is. That's why the dehumanization is such a key part to Trump's plan. It is necessary to get people to accept this.
Reasonable suspicion, that to me is terrifying, because right now I feel, to your point earlier, it's not really affecting me, it's affecting them. But soon it will affect everyone. What does reasonable suspicion mean?
Well, in this case, you speak Spanish, you
But
are
what if it's not?
working
what if
around
what
a
if
Home
someone thinks
Depot?
I'm Ethiopian or Haitian? I go down a list of things. If you're telling me all you need to do, at one case you hear two women speaking Spanish, so they were detained. I speak a little Spanish. What am I supposed to do with that? I think it's getting out of control. And right now we're all quiet because we hear what's happening. This is what Americans wanted. This is what we voted for. But to me, if one's not safe, we're all not safe.
And that's the thing about rights and freedoms. If everybody doesn't have them, then nobody does, because it's only a matter of time or circumstance before you lose yours. It should be scary for all Americans. It'll be especially scary for brown Americans. It'll be even more scary for foreign speaking Americans or those who are naturalized or, whatever it may be. I mean, this is them testing the waters of an ideology that we got rid of decades ago, we thought, at least in the mainstream, as Trump continues to threaten democracy, roll us back to a pre-civil rights era society. We shouldn't allow it to happen because, oh, it's just immigrants. We should be vehemently fighting against it because, oh, they're still people.